Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on learn-automation.com. This is Mukesh. Today in this video we'll see another very interesting topic called Bootstrap Dropdown. So you will face this Bootstrap Dropdown in almost every new web application nowadays. So let's get started with the agenda for today. Sorry, the title is wrong. It should be Bootstrap Dropdown. So we'll see what is Bootstrap Dropdown, how to inspect element for Bootstrap dropdown, how to select the values and how to verify the values. So first of all, the word comes what is Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is just another framework for developing a responsive or mobile websites. It's a completely open source, so anyone can use it. So you will notice nowadays the web applications are coming quite responsive. So when I say responsive, I mean when you open in uh, any of the system or in tab or in mobile, the UI will change based on the device resolution. So if you see this is application itself, if I minimize this, you will see it's coming in a responsive. So when I change the layout, it is automatically adjusting, right? And when I do in this mobile format, you will see it's completely changing the UI based on the layout. So these kind of application called responsive when it will change the looks and feel based on the device resolution. So nowadays almost every application is coming and which use Bootstrap framework and they design their web applications. So if you want to go through this Bootstrap, you will find they have very good tutorials here. If you want to check what this Bootstrap alerts, you will get this kind of alerts, and if you see the tables, you will get the tables in this format. So it's a new framework, it's not the traditional old HTML format. You will see everything in Bootstrap input fields. You will get a new input field, password field, and this checkboxes. So you can say it's a next level of HTML. So the drop down example will be like this. So when you get example like this, you can understand it's a Bootstrap drop down. So I created example on my blog. So I will show you how to handle this kind of drop down. So I will show you, I just copied the Bootstrap page source. So I just created this page from the Bootstrap, and what I did, this is the main thing which you need to understand. Here I have four drop downs. So one contains HTML, one contains CSS, one contains JavaScript, and last one contains about us. So whenever you have a drop down which does not come under a select tag, then you have to use the technique which I'm going to show you right now. Now a question comes how to work with this. So let's start this inspector. So first of all, until you don't click on this option, these options will not come. So your first step should be you need to click on this drop down. You have to click on this menu item, then only these options will come. So now if we inspect these elements, let's inspect the outer one. So if you inspect the outer one is coming inside UL. UL stand for unordered list. So if you expand this UL, then you will find some li 1 2 3 4 5. If you click on the first li, you can see it is highlighting this HTML, right? Second is highlighting CSS, third is highlighting JavaScript, and the last one is about us. And you can see one more li that is only for this horizontal bar, right? So you can avoid, but you can see they have some more tags. So if you expand, this is the anchor tag. So this anchor tag will not navigate to any of the site because it is blank, but you can see the text is HTML. If you expand the li, right, it is CSS. Again li, this is JavaScript. So what I did, I just added my blog hyperlink for this JavaScript. So we'll click on this menu item and we'll click on the JavaScript, and it should navigate to my blog. So first of all, we need to click on this. So this is the X path for this. So quickly I will write the program. I will start Eclipse. I already have one program which is written here, so I will only change the URL. So this URL you can find in the video description. Now the next step, I have to click on that particular menu, right? So the XPath for this is menu 1. So I will write driver dot find element by XPath and dot click. After click, these options will come up, right? So let me, sometime what happens when you click on it, this will take some time to load. So better we will add one implicit wait, so it should not fail my test. So I will write driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicit wait of 10 seconds time unit dot second. So now let's inspect these. So first of all, I can see this UL have one class called Dropdown menu, right? And if I expand this, each li have a specific role called presentation. So either I can take this weird XPath, then also it will work. But let's take this UL, which is nothing but this, and this UL have one specific class name, which is nothing but Dropdown menu. So I will write my own XPath. What I will do, I will search for UL. So you can see I have 4 UL here. One UL is this, and right hand side you will find 3 more UL. So I will search for a specific UL which contains class name is this. So it is only matching with this UL. But inside this UL we have 4 li. So I will write double slash li. So it will match all the li which we have. Now we can see inside li also we have a. So I will write a. So when I say a, it will check all the hyperlink only. So I will use this XPath now. Since you can see we are working with 4 matching nodes, so I have to use driver.findElements now. You cannot work with one because right now we have multiple. So I will use this XPath. So when you use find elements, you will get a list of web element. So if you see, put mouse over and it will return you list of web element. So I will store this in a list of web element, and I will say, I will give a meaningful name here called dd menu, like drop down menu. I will import the list from java.util. Make sure you're taking from java.util, and I will import the web element as well. So now we have this list ready. Now I can run a for loop. So I will use one enhanced for loop, or let me use the basic for loop first. It will be easy for you. Then I will check the size of it because I need to iterate till the number of web elements we have, right? So this loop will start with 0 and it will go till the number of elements we have. So we need to call one method called size. So if you have 5 options, it will start with 0 till 5. So it will iterate your 5 web elements. Now once we get this, we need to iterate, right? So I will say dd menu. Dd menu is nothing but our list. So from this list I will take the first element. So we are running a for loop, so I will pass I. Every time it will return me web element, so I will say element. Now once it will return me web element, I need to capture this text like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. To capture this, I will use one method called get attribute, and attribute name will be inner HTML. So when I say inner HTML, it will only return you this inner HTML part, so which is nothing but your HTML CSS. So here I will store in a variable and I will say, let's say inner HTML. If you want, I can print as of now. In the next run we will see how to select the value. As of now I will say values from drop down is inner HTML. It's very straightforward. First we have clicked on that menu, then we identified all the hyperlink. Then we started a for loop. This for loop will start with 0. So one by one it will return me all the web element. And then I'm capturing their inner HTML, which is nothing but the text. And after this I will close the loop. So let's run this and see. So Chrome started. It will click and you can see it is printing all these 4 options. It is not maximizing, so let me maximize this window. So driver.manage.windows.maximize. So you can see it is printing all these values one by one, but our intention is not only printing. What we need to do, we need to click if particular link exists, right? So let's search for the JavaScript. I will write a small code and will check if inner HTML contains equals uh, JavaScript, then we need to click, right? For clicking we need this web element, so I will say web element dot click. That's all. So this might change. So let's say if in future you need to click on about us, so simply you need to change here. So now we have written a very custom code, or you can say reusable code, where simply I have to only change the content here and it will click. After click, don't forget to call the break method, otherwise it will keep calling all this until the full loop is not getting finished. But I want to break the loop when I will get the specific matching node. Let's run this one more time and then in the next run I will show you in the debug mode how exactly it works. So it is started and you can see it after matching with two HTML CSS, it clicked on JavaScript and it is navigating to my blog and it's closing the session as well. So you can see it's very straightforward. Now let me show you in a debug mode. So I will add one debug mode at line number 23 and this time I will run as debug as Java application. So it is started and so this is the application. So when I say, as of now you can see the menu option is here. When I say click, it will click here and these options are displayed. So when I inspect or when I execute this line, it will return me list of web elements. So you can see this DD menu have 4 web element. Let me show you. So you can see every element having a separate property. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. So the main thing we need to see the 4 matching nodes here, right? Now let's execute one by one. It will take the first web element, which is nothing but our HTML. So it will take the inner HTML and you can see HTML, right? So it will check if HTML equal to JavaScript, definitely not. So it will come out of, it will not enter inside this if statement, it will, and it will print HTML. Again it will go back, it will take the second web element, it will take the second inner HTML, and this time second inner HTML is CSS. Again it will not satisfy the if condition and it will print. Again it will go back to the third one and it will take the inner HTML. This time the condition is false or like true. So you will notice it will go inside this if statement. Right now we are on this page. When I say click, it is navigating to new page. It is breaking the statement now and it will come and it will close the session. So you can see how easy it is and straightforward. Only thing you need to understand how we can take this XPath so that it can match with all the drop down menus. And this become very robust code. So let's say in case in future you need to click on about us, you have to simply change and just change here. Let's say you want to click on CSS or HTML, right? So this is how you can write the code for handling Bootstrap dropdown. So this is just a one way, but the next one which I generally prefer is using enhanced for loop, because here I am using basic for loop. So let's see how we can use the same with an enhanced for loop. I will simply copy and paste, and this is the one. See, functionality wise nothing will change, only the thing is I will make the changes in this enhanced for loop. So the code will be, I will write for. If you see, this drop down menu is nothing but a list of web element, right? So in enhance for loop we need to keep which kind of value you will get every time. So I kept dd menu is list of web elements. So enhance for loop automatically will take one value from this, it will assign into ele. So the good thing about enhance for loop, you don't have to worry about this increment and passing this method. Every time it will get the element one by one and it will store into ele. Here I can call this particular piece of code. So here I will make this element, and let me remove this, not required. So now same code but uh, with enhanced for loop. Every time it will get web element, will capture the inner HTML, will check if equal to JavaScript, then click, otherwise break. Sorry, otherwise continue. And if it is matching with exact JavaScript, it will click, break the statement, and it will come outside this for loop. So let's run it before closing to the uh, Bootstrap. So Bootstrap having so many advanced web elements, so whenever you're free, just try, keep exploring how we can work with the different Bootstrap web elements, because nowadays every company is moving to Bootstrap. So you'll find couple of new input forms. So if you see, they have progress bar, pagination, list of groups, tabs, navigation bar, input to. So if you see in input to, they might have some advanced. So just try it yourself. right? They have some enhanced UI. So just try this Bootstrap whenever you're free. Just go through this W3 school. Hope this concept is clear for all of you. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.